Hello students. Today let's start a new new experiment. As I have told you about the experiment of determination of unknown resistance by using meter bridge and how to calculate its specific resistance. So I think that experiment is totally clear to you. You can understand that now. So with the help of same instrument we can calculate the combination of resistances either in parallel or either in series. So means we can easily calculate with the help of or we can observe with the help of meter bridge what will be the value of resistances and whether the formula is correct or not for the series combination and parallel combination. We can also verify it. So our aim is the experiment or aim of our experiment is to determine the resistance of combination of two wires of different resistances, or they can be of equal resistances. Means we have to combine them and we have to see that whether the formula of series combination or parallel combination is right or wrong, and how can we understand it. So for this verification or determination we need apparatus, that is meter bridge, resistance box, jockey, battery eliminator, unknown wires. So that means unknown wire means the wires of resistances to which we have to combine galvanometer to see the deflection, connecting wires to connect them. So as I have told you that we need meter bridge to perform the experiment, and resistance box is used to apply the known resistance. Jockey is used to see the deflection in galvanometer, and battery eliminator is used to supply AC, and galvanometer is used to see the deflection in deflection of or simple flow of current. With the help of that we can determine what will be the value of null point, as you have performed that experiment on meter bridge to find out the resistance of an unknown wire. So I think that is totally clear to you what we have to do, what is our aim, and what types of apparatus we need here. So next is what is the theory behind it. That is, as you know that if two resistances, suppose that we are using two resistance to verify it, then if two resistances R1 and R2 are combined in series combination, then you know that in series combination, as you are seeing that two resistances are joined to end, means if one end of resistance is connected to other end of other resistance, then they are connected in series. Means the other two ends of the resistances should be free in this portion, and we can connect that other two ends of the resistance in two different portion. If we connect these two resistances in one portion, then that will be the case of parallel, but later I will tell you that. But in this case we have, as we are seeing that the two ends of the R1 and R2 are free, means one end of R1 is free and one end of R2 is free, then such types of combination is series combination. And in this case if we show these two combination of resistances by the one resistance only, like in second figure, then the value of R is given by R1 plus R2. So this is the theory of series combination. And also in parallel combination, the resistances are given by the figure, as you have seen that in this term, means in parallel combination we joined the both two ends of the resistances of wires to one of them, means one end of R1 is connected to the other end of R2, and the free and the remaining two free ends are connected to each other again. Then such types of combination is called parallel combination. So in this combination, if we represent these two resistances by only one resistance, then we can find that R can be determined by 1 upon R1 equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2, or in simple way I equal to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. So by this formula we can calculate the combination resistance of combination either in parallel or in series with the help of these formulas if we know the both values of resistances R1 and R2. So suppose that we don't know what is the values of resistances R1 and R2, as in M I have told you that we have two unknown wires. Means in first experiment we had only one unknown wire and we have calculated already the value of resistance in an unknown wire. So here we have to do the same procedure to calculate the resistance of two wires. Means first we have to calculate one wire, then we have to do the same procedure as we have done in the case of first experiment that I have told you 2 days ago. So let's see the video of 2 days ago to see that experiment if you haven't seen that. And the value of R2 can be also calculated in the same manner with the same experiment and apparatus and connections. Only the values will be changed and we can calculate what will be the values of R2. So if when we are done with calculating the R1 and R2, then we can observe the series resistance of combination in series or parallel with the help of these formulas. So this will be the calculated value of R1, Rn in case of series and in case of parallel. And also we can observe the value of R if we connect the two wires, as in figure 1 I have shown you that the connection of two wires by end-to-end connection or two-end connection. So with the help of these connections and we have to apply them in place of where we are using only one wire. We can use the combination of two wires and we can also observe the resistance of combination in the same manner as we have observed it for one resistance. So finally we can have a observed value of R in series combination and in parallel combination. So we can compare these two values now, observed value and calculated value, and we can verify that whether the formula is correct or wrong. So in this sense we can also calculate the resistances of combination, and we can also verify the law of combination of resistances in series combination and in parallel combination. So I think that is now totally clear to you what we have to do in this experiment and what is the importance of this experiment. This experiment can be performed to verify a formula which is used for the combination of resistances. So what is the formula used in this case? That is to find the resistances of any unknown wire of resistance R with meter bridge. We have already to this formula we have used it. R equal to P 100 minus L upon L, where P is known resistance, L is position of null point and 100 minus L is position of remaining points. So with different values of P, we can have different values of L, and we can also calculate the different values of R, and after that we can take mean of them to calculate final values of R. So this is the observation table to observe the values for R1, R2 and R. So in this it is showing R1 and R2. So first we have to note what is the value of voltage applied to the system with the help of battery eliminator. So with the help of battery eliminator, when we can apply some voltage, and due to that voltage there will be some flow of current in the through these resistances, and finally that current can be detected with the help of galvanometer. So the table for R1 in that section I have taken P1 and L1 for the differentiation only. So we can calculate in the same manner R1 and R2. Means we have to apply different resistances, known resistances P1 and P2, and for that we will have some L1, L2, and we can calculate what will be the value of R1 and R2. In the same manner we can calculate the value of combination of resistances either in series, either in parallel, with the help of the observation table. So this is the observation table for R, and in this for only differentiation I have taken the different things like P, L and so on. So in the same manner we can also calculate what will be the value of R. Later I will show you how can we perform that experiment on the instrument also. So I think this observation table is also clear to you. So when we can observe that, and after observation what will be the calculations, so we can make calculations by using these formulas, which is R1, R2 and R. So this is the calculated value of R1, R2 and R. So now we have to see so this is the formula for the error calculation. So as we have calculated value, observed value, and with the help of this we can also calculate what will be the percent error in our experiment due to the combination of that wires. So I think a whole of the motive of experiment, theoretical formula, and also observation table and other things are now clear to you. So we have to join or we have to use the circuit diagram in the same manner as we have used before. So let's see that one more time. So we have to connect the circuit in the same manner as I have told you before in the experiment of meter bridge, and we have to use the same circuit again. Here the two ends of the meter bridge is connected to the battery eliminator, and also 2 points are connected with the known resistance, and 2 points are connected with the unknown resistance, and the center point that is connected to the positive end of galvanometer, and negative end of galvanometer is connected to a jockey, through which we can find out the position of null point. So I think all these things, the theoretical things, are now clear to you. So let's see the experiment for combination of resistances. Let's start the experiment. As I told you, for the experiment we need some apparatus. So that as in the case of to determine the resistance of an unknown wire by using meter bridge, I have told you the experiments we needed. That was a meter bridge, and a resistance box to apply the known resistances, a galvanometer to see the deflection of and or to observe the null point on this meter bridge. This is a jockey. With the help of this we can observe the null point on this. This is a battery eliminator to supply the AC supply to it, means we have to supply the voltage across it. This is a switch jockey. It is used to reduce the on off, means it is simple used to as a switch. So I think all these things are not clear to you. These are the unknown resistances. I have used one resistance here already here, and this is one more resistance, and we have to combine them and let's see their value. So first what we have to do here, first in the same manner as we have done practical on the meter bridge, and we need to connect the this circuit arrangement. So let's connect the circuit in the accordance with the like I have told you before, the circuit arrangement, and we can connect it. Means we can connect the two end of the battery eliminator. This end we can connect with the positive terminal. Just I have connected this with the positive terminal, and the negative terminal can be connected with the help of this stop key. This is the first combination we have made it. One more thing here, students, you have to keep in your mind that all the connections should be tied. Otherwise, there will be the deflection in galvanometer not observed correctly here. So here, I think first connection is made up, means we had applied the battery eliminator to two ends of the meter bridge. Now we have to connect this known resistance between these two ends of the meter bridge. So we can connect this. Here we have connected it, and now we have to connect this galvanometer. So this positive end of the galvanometer is connected to this point, and I think galvanometer is not connected. Now this is so, and we can connect the last thing, that is we have to connect a jockey with the help of this the negative same connection as you have done before in earlier practical. And here I have connected an unknown wire. So suppose that this is a resistance R1 first wire, this is resistance R2. So first what we have to do here, we have to calculate the value of this resistance R1 because these two wires are unknown for us, and with the help of this node resistance and with this meter gauge we can calculate the value of R1. As I have told you before, how can we calculate the value of R1? For one more time I just want to tell you, first we have to on it and apply some potential on it, means we have to give some AC supply on it, and now we have to search or we can check that whether these connections are clear, okay or not. So with the help of this we can see that here is the deflection in galvanometer curve, and as you are seeing that the deflection in galvanometer when we are putting this at this end, then this deflection is in the left side and here the deflection is in right side. So with the help of this we can say that there will be some point between these two and where the deflection in galvanometer will be 0, otherwise it cannot change its direction. So we have to find that null point, or simple that 0 value in galvanometer, and that point is known as null point. So with the help of this and this we can easily find out what will be the position of null point. So for the resistance R1, suppose that here I have applied 5 ohm resistance to this meter base. Now we have to find with the help of the deflection, like here the deflection is going on in this section, and we can find out that again deflection is in the left hand side. So here the deflection is also in left hand side. Now the deflection start to decrease here, and now this is 0. At this position this deflection is 0. So what is the position of this null point? That is 93.5. So we have the first value for this observation for 5 ohm. So we can find out this with the help of the table for it. So as we had already the table of this, so for this, in this condition we can put the value of P1 5 ohm, and for this L1 is obtained at 90.5. So now we have one value, and again we can put the different values of P1 with the help of this resistance box, and now we can switch it and we can connect open the 10 ohm resistance or 15 ohm resistance according to our need, and we can observe 2-3 values for this resistance. And now when we can observe 2-3 values for this resistance, then we can calculate it by the formula, as I told you earlier just that how can we calculate it. So again when our work is done with this wire, then we have to take it out, and now we have to add the second wire here. We have to add this second wire here, and we have to do the same procedure, means by using this second wire we have to apply some known resistance, and we have to determine what is the position of null point. So we can easily calculate separately what will be the value of this resistance and this resistance. Now these two resistances are known for us, then by the theoretical calculation we can calculate what will be the value of these in series. Now, and also we just want to observe it or verify that law, so we can observe it with experiment. So these are two wires. If we connect these two wires by end to end, one end of this wire is connected to the other end of this wire. Suppose like this I am connecting it. So now these two wires are connected by end to end. Now they are in series combination. So to experiment we have to connect now this series combination between these 2 points. Now this wire is connected in series now. Again we have to do the same procedure. You can after all this, and we let's see first that combination is okay. So for this the deflection should be in both of the directions. So as you are seeing that deflection is in both of the direction. Due to my hand this is not showing, then you can see it here. So deflection is on the both ends. Then after this only to move this jockey, we can find out what will be the position of null point. So now we have to do the same procedure. We can apply 5 ohm here, and you can apply any of the resistance here. Actually, I am just taking as example of 5 ohm, 10 ohm, 15 ohm. So after putting this 5 ohm, you can again see the deflection in galvanometer. So as you are seeing that here the deflection is in right side, and also from here you can see the deflection is in left side. So definitely there will be some point for which we can obtain the null point. So as we move this jockey on this some point, then definitely there will be some point for which the deflection should be 0. So as you are seeing that this is decreasing, and finally at this point the deflection in the galvanometer is 0. So we have the position of this point, that is 80.1. So at for 5 ohm we have the position of this null point, that is 80.1 centimeter. So we can also calculate what will be the value of 100 minus L from here. So for the series combination, for the different values of resistances applied to it, we can calculate the values of R from here easily. So after calculating the values, means after observing the values of R, we have to compare this value of R with the calculated value of R. As we have calculated the value of R with the help of these two resistances, R1 means and the same like in series we are joining it, then we can calculate it with the help of R equal to R1 plus R2. So let's see these two values, and when they are comparable, it means that, or they are nearly equal, then we can say that this formula is correct for the series combination of resistances. So we can also verify the law of series combination of resistances here. So in the same manner, we can perform the experiment for parallel combination of resistances. So you have to open it again from here. Now we have to connect this in parallel combination. So what we have to do in case of parallel combination? In parallel combination, we join both of the ends to end-to-end connection. Means one layer already connected, and I am connecting the rest of the end here. Actually, there is breakage in wire, so I can withdraw this. So these two wires are now connected in parallel combination. So as you are seeing that there one wire and one wire is here, and these two connections are made up of. So we can join these two combinations in the case of here. So now this is the parallel combination of resistances that we have applied on this meter base. So now when we have applied it on the meter base, then again we have to do the same procedure. Means we have to find out what will be the position of null point in this case. So start it, and let's see whether the circuit connection is okay or not. So we can see this circuit connection, and the connections of these all things, means they are so tightly connected or not. So with the help of this galvanometer, there should be deflection in both of the sides, and there, as you are seeing, that deflection is either in both of the side, left and right. So definitely there will be of some point between these where can be this 0. So now again we have to apply some resistance on the circuit, and for the application of this resistance we can find out what will be the position of null point for this circuit. So this is the position of null point on the circuit. here the deflection in galvanometer is 0. So this is the location of null point, that is 97.5. So like in the same manner we can also calculate, we can also observe this value for the parallel combination for the data recorded, and also we can compare this observed value of R in parallel combination with the help of calculated values, as we had already the values for R1 and R2, and we can calculate the value of R1 and R in the case of parallel combination with the help of formula that was 1 upon R equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. So with the help of that we can calculate that, and with the help of this experiment we can also observe it. So I think that whole experiment is clear to you, and now when we can compare the calculated value and observed value, and with the help of this we will be able to see that whether the formula for parallel combination of resistances is okay or not. So if the values are comparable, if the values are nearly equal, then definitely that formula for the experiment will be simple law of resistances in parallel combination, that is will be okay. So we can also, and also you know that there can be some error due to instrument, due to repetition of experiments and other things, or maybe extension or in wire and other things, or due to that, due to torsion in wire. So there can be some error in instrument, so that we cannot get the exact calculated and observed value, but if this is nearly, then definitely formula is okay, and we can finally calculate what is the error in our instrument. So error in our instrument can be calculated by the formula as I told you earlier. So I think the combination of resistances and experiment on the combination of resistances is now clear to you. How can we combine it, how can we understand, how can we perform this experiment. So guys, I think this so students, मैंने इसके पहले क्लास में आपको resistances, you can calculate the resistance with the help of this meter gauge of any unknown wire. So here all the collections, and I've already told you that then how can we calculate it. So I think I've already told you today all the things about the combination of resistances. So at that actually I have told you manually then how can we calculate the specific resistance of the material of the wire. So today let's see that experimentally how can we calculate the specific resistance of the wire practically, like because today I think on the experiment on the meter gauge is over, and I think all the things are now clear to you. So for the calculations we have a formula, so that later I will tell you how can we illustrate this formula. So as you know that the specific resistance can be defined by rho equal to RA by L. So where A is the area of the wire and L is the length of the wire. So we have a wire and which we have connected in here to determine its resistance. So we can run this and we can take this wire. So suppose that this wire I have used for the calculation. So as you are seeing that this wire is circular, then definitely its area will be pi r square. So where r is the radius of this wire, so we can measure the diameter of this wire with the help of this screw gauge. As in 11th class you have already performed this instrument, how can we measure the area, diameter of the screw gauge, diameter of the wire with the help of this screw gauge. So we need to fix this wire between this like this, we can fix it, and after that with the help of this main scale and circular scale we can find out its reading, and after adding the reading of main scale and circular scale, the reading will be in mm and we can convert it in centimeter, and that will be the diameter of this wire. So now we have calculated the diameter of the wire, and we can measure the length of this wire by using the meter scale. You can also use this meter scale to measure. Suppose here the meter scale is given, So we can measure the length of this wire, and now we have known already the all values for the calculation of specific resistance. First value, that is R, that is the resistance of this unknown wire. So using meter bridge we have calculated what is the resistance of this unknown wire, and now with the help of this screw gauge we can calculate what will be the area of this resistance, this wire, and with the help of this scale we can calculate what will be the value of length of this wire. So now we have all the values, then with the help of formula rho equal to RA by L we can calculate what is the specific resistance of the material of this wire. So I think the whole of the experiment is now totally clear to you. With the help of meter bridge what we can do, here the application of meter bridge is also clear to you. So as meter bridge uses the value of resistances per unit length, so with the help of that and with the help of all these assembly or with all these connections we can calculate the value of any unknown value of resistance of any unknown wire. What we could also do that with the help of Wheatstone bridge, but in that case we need 4 wires and other things. But here we can use only one wire, one resistance box, and here a wire is already given. So with the help of that we can easily calculate it in the very simple manner. So this meter bridge helps us to determine the value of unknown resistances. Also with the help of it we can determine what is the specific resistance of the material of the wire. Third, we can verify law of resistance, combination of resistances either in parallel or either in series, means whether these laws are correct or not, we can verify this, and also we can calculate what will be the value of the combination of resistances with the help of this meter bridge. So I think the value and importance of meter bridge is totally clear to you. So students perform this experiment and understand it, how can we calculate it, how can we solve it, and what should be precautions we need to use here. So you can also observe during the experiment that all the connections should be tight. So these are the basic precautions, and don't use supply for the long time, otherwise there will be frequent deflection in galvanometer when it takes place. Also move the jockey slowly on the wire. So with the slow moving jockey we can also calculate the value of null point in very smoothly. So these are the precautions for the experiment, and with the help of these precautions we can perform this experiment, and we can observe and calculate the different things. So I think all 3 practicals for the with the use of this meter bridge, that is totally clear to you. So let's see the formula for a specific resistance which we have to use for the calculation, and after that let's end the class here guys today. I think all the experiment is clear to you. So this is the formula to calculate the specific resistance of that given wire. So with the help of this formula we can calculate it, and also I have already told you how can we calculate area and length and resistance of that wire. So with the help of this we can calculate what will be the value of rho here. So I think all these the experimental things and the calculated observations, everything are now clear to you. So let's end the class here guys. I think all the things are now clear. There is no confusion. So let's end the class. Thank you guys.